Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, readers of all persuasions. It is I, Gayla, and welcome back to Book Uncorked and Caffeinated. And today is day 21 of Bookmas. Oh my lord, it's wrapping up. So, just a little context. I was going to try to go to January 1 like I did last year. I am not going to January 1. I am exhausted. So I'm going to keep this up until December 25th. And that's when Bookmas would end for us. So we have 5 more days, including this day. And so today I would like to talk about the 5 books that was published in 2025 that I didn't get a chance to read that I must try to read in the year of 2026. As we all know, we make these goals, these TBRs. I also made a video about not having a TBR, but having a TBR, just having books that I want to read. I want to really clear my shelves. And so I don't have a specific TBR, like how many numbers of books I'm going to read a month, the types of books I'm going to read. I'm just going to read what's on my shelf. So if that's a TBR, that's a TBR. But anywho, let's talk about the 5 books that I actually really do want to read in the near future, because they are books that I'm super interested in, but also just as a mood reader doesn't always hit me in the way that I want it to hit me, but I really want to read these books. This is a funny one, and then this takes me back to my childhood. So the first book is Murder by Cheesecake, a Golden Girls cozy mystery. So one day I was just literally in the bookstore perusing the shelves, and I came across this book and I thought it was super funny. And then actually it was like the book pick of the week from the store workers, and they wrote a little synopsis. But the real reason I got this, because this reminded me of my childhood. I'm spending weekends with my great grandmother. I would spend Saturdays with her and to go to church on Sundays, and the lineup would be 227, Amen, Golden Girls, and Empty Nest. And so this is so cool. So I feel like the Golden Girls has had a resurgence with the song, and the black dude on the internet that kind of sung it soulfully. And so it had a resurgence. So I'm really interested in reading Murder by Cheesecake. So this is going to be a funny, kooky, nostalgic read for me. The next book, book number 2, is Bibliotherapy in the Bronx by Emily Rumble. She is a clinician. She's an LCSW. I'm always reading books by clinicians, but specifically clinicians that are black and brown people. And she writes from a perspective of literacy and language and how people get through traumatic experiences. And she uses books and poetry and music to actually provide her service. And I think that is so awesome. I was able to get this book at a book release, her book launch, and it was a long, it was really, everyone was waiting for this to come out. I got it signed by her. She seemed like a super cool person. And I can see why her clients, come to her. But I'm interested in reading her take on using language and literacy in her practice. Most of you know I'm an educator, so I'm always looking at ways of educating my clients, my young clients, how to use their words to de-escalate themselves, to self-regulate, and those things. So I'm super interested in this from a personal perspective and a professional perspective. The next book also gives a little insight on my thought process as an educator and as a clinician. It's titled The Battle, the third book titled The Battle for the Black Mind. Miss Brown is a professor at Emory University. Yes, and it says, a gripping chronicle of the relentless fight for Black educational freedom and I can't hardly see this, and the bold strategies to protect, nourish, and empower Black minds. So I'm super interested. I'm always interested in how to service my young people in the best way possible. I feel like a good education because my mother took pride in the schools in which she sent me, and education became important. I remember always going to the library. I remember always going to museums. And so education was always at the forefront of my life. And so I believe that's the reason why I became an educator and then later on became a clinician, because my goal has always been from day one, stepping into a classroom, helping kids and young people become their best selves. So this is going to be an interesting read to help me with that. And then on to some lighter stuff. Good Dirt, book number 4 by Charlene Wilkerson. She also wrote Black Cake. So I was just interested in following up with her as an author. Black Cake was put into like a mini series on Hulu. It got mixed reviews, but I enjoyed the book as well as the movie or series adaptation. So I'm looking forward to reading this, which was published this year as well. And then last but not least, Firstborn Girls, a memoir by Bernice L. McFadden. Love Bernice L. McFadden's work. I don't think I read anything by Miss Fadden in a long time. But in addition to wanting to know more about her as a person and as an author, Firstborn Girls attracted me because I come from a generation, I want to say third generation of only children women. So I'm an only child, my mother's an only child, and my grandmother is an only child, and we're all women. So when I first saw this, without even knowing who the author was, Firstborn Girls, I thought about it from that perspective, and that's the reason why I wanted to read this book. And then McFadden wrote it, and I was like, hell yeah, let's get the book. So these are the 5 books: Firstborn Girls, Good Dirt, The Battle for the Black Mind, Bibliotherapy in the Bronx, and Murder by Cheesecake Factory are the books that were published in 2025 that I have yet to read, that I'm super interested in reading. So they're going to be at the forefront of my reading journey in the near future. But yeah, this is Bookmas Day 21. I'm looking forward to my vacation that's coming up. And so yes, do all of the things. Like, comment, subscribe. In the comments, like I always say, drop a book that you wanted to read that you didn't get a chance to read this year, and let's see if that's kind of on my shelves, because it's on my shelves. I'm always looking forward to reading with people and creating like a little buddy read, and maybe we can do that. I said that in another video. So that would be super good. But drop in the comments if you suggest a book, or you wanted to read one of these books, or you're interested in it. And do, like I said, do the things. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. And I'll see you in the next one. Deuces. Have a good one.